Hey, it's Diana from Insta with Diana, and this is lesson 3. Get your content game up. So, today we're going to talk about content creation, the importance of great content, and how you can create your own content. So, because Instagram is a visually driven social media platform, meaning you just have a lot of photos are shared, that's the basis of Instagram. You want to make sure you have appealing content that's going to draw in new followers or appeal to your current followers. You want it to be your way of storytelling. And to do that, you want to have the best content you possibly can. The first thing is you want high quality photos. So you can either use stock photos, or we'll go into that, but you want high quality photos. And what I mean is you want them to be clean and crisp. So you want them to be sharp, and you want them to be bright and clean to the eye. You don't want anything that's dark or they can't really see and it's blurry. You don't want those type of photos. So here's an example of a stock photo, and I use a good amount of stock photos, which are royalty free. You want to make sure they're royalty free, which means that you can use them for non-commercial use and they're free. And it's great to have photos that are clean and crisp and photographed by professional photographers or just whomever. But the point is, you get to use them at your leisure. So, like I said, you don't want anything that's dark or grainy or blurry. You do not want that. If you're taking photos of food, you may want to use apps that make it brighter and clearer to the eye, because that's the worst thing, to see photos that are blurry. It doesn't do your brand any justice. And like I mentioned earlier, great ways to get good photos are stock photos, and you can have a professional photographer. If you are a musician, if you are a small business owner, think of hiring a photographer as an investment, because you'll be able to create content in one session for months. I mean, you can do a 2-hour session and you'll have content, photos to use infinitely. You don't have to load them all on the same week. You can spread them out. Especially if you're a lifestyle blogger where you have outfits, you may have a session of multiple outfit changes, multiple poses, and you have content for a long time to use. Or you can do it yourself. So you want to use certain apps like Snapseed or Avery, where you can really use some different ways to make photos brighter or clearer or more colorful. Those are great tools to use. And you can do it with your iPhone or your smartphone or your Android. Just remember these principles of having it clean and crisp and bright, and you can do it yourself with your phone. You want to have a specific theme, and that might be difficult if you feel like you don't really have a theme, but just take a step back and think about it. What I mean by theme is maybe you like to have vintage type of filters. Just try to make sure all your photos have that type of filter, because it shows consistency. Or maybe you like white borders around your photos. Try to be consistent with that and have it be cohesive, where it just flows. It makes sense on your page. If you are a musician, your theme might just be you as a musician or a band. But to have a theme is maybe you have behind the scenes photos every Tuesday. That's a theme. Or maybe you have hometown photos every Wednesday. That's a theme. So you want to be consistent with that. And be focused when you post. So that goes to your strategy, and we'll talk about that in another lesson. But if you are a small business owner and you sell organic food, organic desserts, be focused on how you post. Post maybe some of your food, post some of your customers, post behind the scenes of your cookie making process. Don't randomly post a picture of your dog unless it's relevant to your brand. My point is, you want to be focused and you want to be strategic when you do so. You don't want to deviate too much or at all from the point of your brand, the point of your business, and the scope of what you represent in your Instagram page. And this also speaks to the private versus public. If you are a business brand, I would highly recommend you remain at being business. If you're a musician, be sparingly show your personal life unless it's specific to your post, like your family went out to your performance. I would also recommend you get a private page if it's meant for just all personal photos, because you want to keep those separate. And sometimes people feel, well, I'm gonna just post personal photos. Well, it's not specific to your brand. It's not specific to your business. You want to make sure anything that's very private, you have a personal Instagram page that's personal to you. You can post whatever you want. But if it's for business, if it's for branding, you need to make sure it's separate. Because the stronger you keep your focus on your page, the better your results. Here's a bonus tip. I'm going to list some of my favorite apps to use for content creation. You can go and you can write these down. You're going to have canvas.com. It's a free site. And some of their templates are free, some are not. But now they're also available on the iPhone. That was only web-based. These are really great templates. You've probably seen before. It just changed up the language or the content. They're clean. They can make flyers for your blogs. You can make flyers for your sales announcements. You can customize them. You can watermark them. Very great app to use. Photofy is an app you can download, and you may see photos that have wording on it. You may see photos that have just really cool stickers. That's a really clean way to add content in a fun way using that app. And the last one is WordSwag. WordSwag is common when you want to do quotes, when you want to add a specific font to your pictures. It is very easy to use and highly recommended because it's perfect for adding that diversification to your content schedule, especially if you like to do quotes. So I recommend you taking a look at these apps. If you implement them, let me know. If you need help using them, I can, of course, schedule a time to go over that with you. But nonetheless, take some time to explore these apps and see if they work for you when you share content. So your homework assignment is you're going to create a mini content calendar, 2 weeks worth. Think of a theme. Think of how you can be consistent. How many times are you going to post? Just come up with a calendar. And from that calendar, you may want to create content to fit that calendar. So sit and think of ways you can have great content within 2 weeks. So that is your homework assignment. Use the worksheet included in your email. If you have any questions, please reply back. Email instawithdiana@gmail.com, and I'd love to help. I will see you tomorrow for lesson 4, and it's all about dispelling any myths associated with Instagram. So we'll take a look at some of the common myths and see how we can maybe dispel those. Again, if you have any questions, instawithdiana@gmail.com, and take a look at my website, instawithdiana.com. I'll talk to you all later. See you tomorrow.